Are you able to see, ma?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. So the framework of, actually the title of the unit 2 is the framework of HRD process. So HRD process or HRD model, both are common. So HRD programs and interventions can be used to address a wide range of issues and problems in the organizations. They are used to orient and socialize new employees into organization usually, and providing skills, enhancing their knowledge, enriching their knowledge, and helping the individuals and groups become more effective. In such a way, HRD is playing a key role in the organizations. So to ensure that these goals which are to be achieved by the organization must be taken care by the HR department. If there is any HRD department separately in the organization, they have to take care of all these things while designing and delivering the HRD programs. How to design, what is the apt methodology to implement for this training and all. Okay, so we have four steps of course, I included it as 5 according to the book prescribed by Werner that I showed you, right? According to this book, they delivered it as a 4-level model. 4-level, they combined both these in assessment is 1, design and development they made it as a 1, implementation is 3rd one, evaluation is the 4th one. Okay, so either way, if you do remember it as a 4-step or 5-step, you can find it as a ADDIE model. ADDIE model. If there is a question raised in the question paper, ADDIE model, don't think that is different. That is HRD process model. That's it. In some books, as prescribed by our book, it is ADIME model. Okay. So what does this?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
It's
Yes.
strategy come under the HRD process, ma'am.
Strategy.
Yes, ma'am.
Strategy. We don't have level of strategy, ma'am.
Okay.
Still, you are in SM class, Divya. Come back. Of course, we have a part of strategy while designing and development. The organization, the HR department will follow a strategy, but there is no particular element that's we are not taking it as a level. It is interlinked. Okay. So the framework, either it is ADDIE 1. You can remember it as a 4-stage model. Why I am particularly telling this means in the question paper you may not be asked directly HRD framework. They may ask HRD framework or HRD process model, 4-level model, 4-step model, okay, or ADDIE model, or finally ADIE model. Don't get confused. Either any way, if they ask in the question paper, that is about framework of HRD. Okay. So could you able to see the second slide? HRD framework.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So that we have HRD framework, as I told, that as we preferring as per the textbook, it is, these are the 4 steps involved in this. Needs assessment. Needs assessment, I highlighted the particular steps. Needs assessment, that is the first phase. Second phase is designing and development of HRD programs. Second phase. Third phase, implementation of HRD programs. Fourth phase, evaluation of HRD programs. These are the 4 steps involved in it. So first let us see what is needs assessment, needs identification. So HRD interventions are used to address, earlier that we discussed, some gap identified within the organization. The gap may be anything, either in the skills, either in the upgradations, either in the teamwork, for effective teamwork, whatever it may be. So this is the first phase. A need can be either a current deficiency like poor employee performance, or new challenges, new demands, new products, particular change in the environment, such a way whatever the gap that can be identified as need. Okay. So what they discuss about in need, what are the points that we can see? So first one is the information can be used. So we have to collect some information for need assessment. How we can identify the gap? By collecting some information only. So for that, these are so this information has to be collected to complete this step. Okay. So establish priorities for expanding HRD efforts. Okay. So priorities. So we have in organization we have n number of problems, n number of issues, but we have to see the priorities which has to come first. There is lack of coordination that we identified. There is a need to know the upgraded technology. Two gaps that we identified, that we have collected the information about this. Which comes first? Priority comes for what? Priority obviously comes first technology enhancement. Whichever the upgraded version, the employees has to be get trained on that. So likewise we have to have priorities where we need to go with which gap that we have to go with. Next, identifying the training needs of the learners. Okay, we need to train the employees to fill the technological gap. So what are the training needs of the learners? To train the persons, to train the employees, what they are aspiring for. They are aspiring for means the facilities to be provided by the organization. That has to be viewed into that. If it is the technology upgradation, maybe they have to sit before the systems, and how many number of systems available with the company, how many can be fulfilled, how many persons can be trained at a time, how many slots to be taken. Likewise, we have to gather some information with regard to training needs identification and defining specific training and objectives. Now we have to determine the training goals or training objectives, why we are arranging this training, and defining specific training. If it is the training enhancement program, that's technology enhancement program, what kind of specific training? Either it is a classroom training, or we can ask the persons to sit directly on the project and providing the guidelines. Such a way we have to define the specific training, what method of the training that they are going to adopt for, and establishing evaluating criteria. That means after training, how we are going to assess the training program, evaluating the training program, what kind of format that we follow. Such a way, needs identification process has to be completed in that. That means all these steps will involve the planning process, that we can consider it as a planning process of HRD program. Collection of the information and sorting out the available resources and the methods to be used, and what are the goal sets for it, and what kind of the evaluation criteria that we can follow to assess the success of the training program. Okay, ma'am? Understood till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No doubts.
Yeah. So let me go with next one. So the second phase of training and HRD process, which involves in designing and development of HRD programs or interventions. So if the intervention involves in some type of training or development program, so the following activities are typically carried out during this phase. First one is design of appropriate HRD program. Appropriate HRD program says stepwise what kind of the human resource development program that we have to have. In this, that we have defining the objectives of the training program. Earlier in the assessment stage that we have done the objective, a single objective that we framed during the assessment phase. In the design phase that we have to define the key objectives. It may be 1 or 2, it may be 2 or 3, that depends on the training program. They have to define the objectives and they have to develop the lesson plans. They have to develop the lesson plans. After developing the lesson plans, they have to acquire the materials with regard to the training program. So who will give this lesson plans, materials and all? Again we have delivery stage here, that's the consultant, whoever are the trainers. These persons may be outside, these persons may be in-house of the organizations. So whoever are the trainers, those people has to provide the lesson plan and the required material to the department. And selecting the trainer, that means if you outsource, those persons themselves, they will give a person as trainer. If not, the trainer has to be
Ankit, mute your audio.
Yeah, it's okay. So if not, if we are preferring a person from in-house, the organization or HR department has to select a trainer who will lead the entire training program. And selection of the methods or selection of the techniques will be done. Finally, scheduling the program. So with this, the designing and development phase will be over. So what are the steps involved in it? Defining the objectives is first. Development of the lesson plan, that means that you are aware of the lesson plans, right? Which topic will be covered today, which topic will be covered tomorrow. Likewise, we have to schedule. Likewise, lesson plan may be day-wise schedule or hour-wise schedule, depends on the training method. Hour-wise schedule also will be there, because according to that they have to provide the material. Okay ma, development of the lesson plan and development of the materials. Third one, selecting the trainer. If we outsource, trainer will be outside person. If not, the trainer will be in-house person. Selection of the training methods. And finally, schedule of the program. When we are going to schedule the program, immediately we could not take decisions, as we are training the employees and they have to contribute their working time towards the training. So we have to schedule the program. Until this, design and development phase will be covered. Okay. So next, implementing HRD programs, which is third stage. So implementation, just simply we can say delivering the HRD program, which are the steps involved in the design and development phase that we are going to implement. Simply, right? Nothing new that we all know. So identifying the method of delivering a program that already identified during the design and development stage and delivery of the HRD programs. So in implementing, what HR department will do? They will take care of how best the goal is being achieved. So the goal of the assessment and design phases is over, while implementing the effective HRD program. That plan has, whatever the plan was implemented, whether the trainer is following that or not. How far the attendance of the people, whoever are being the trainees. Such a way, in implementation phase, HR department has to take care of the entire HRD program. So during this implementation phase, they will have n number of challenges. People may go absent, people may not listen, such a way. So they may not utilize the time properly. So these are all the major challenges for the HR department. So implementing of the HRD programs has to be taken care by HR department as well as trainer too, instructor we can call it as. Okay. So this Final stage is about evaluating of the HRD programs. So in assessment phase itself, that we already planned how do we evaluate the HRD program, how successful it was. If not attained, what are the loopholes of the training program? Where did we missed? So why we have to see all these things? So determining program effectiveness, keep or change providers. That means as we discussed about negative transfer. So whatever the people with knowledge, at least they could sustain with that knowledge, or is there any performance decline after training that has to be evaluated? Offer it again. If there is a possibility, can we ask the trainees to attend the program? So what are the true costs incurred? Obviously, we all know training is cost to the company. How much that we spent and how much that we can get back from the trained employee. That is again matter. Can we do it another way? If failed, training program is failed, it was not succeeded, cost has gone, that investment has gone, whatever spent for the training program is gone. So how we can make it effective way and with less number of persons, everything that we have to see. So first phase that we train 50 persons, but there is a negative transfer or there is no improvement. Again, with the percentage, few people, that means 25%. That means 50% of the people we can see the another mode of training program. This is how evaluation could be done. So in the evaluation phase that we have to select evaluation criteria. That's already we planned in the assessment phase. So we have to be finalize the evaluation criteria and determine the evaluation design. What kind of format? Either through interview we can evaluate the training effectiveness, or by observing the performance of the employee we can evaluate the training effectiveness. Such a way we can determine the evaluation design and conducting evaluation of the program. Finally, we have to conduct completely in different evaluation may be done in different phases, again sub phases, different steps. Okay, so conducting evaluation is the third one, and interpreting the results, whether it is success or failure, that could be interpreted. So this is about evaluation phase. So whatever we discussed till now, it has single diagram like this. It's available on your textbook.